Chapter 18, Moksha Yoga, the Yoga of Supreme Perfection. Namo Acharya Simhaya Gauradaya Swarupane Susadanta Prakashaya Kudarshana Vinasane. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastai Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Verse 1. Arjuna Uvacha Sanyasasha Mahabaho Tatmamichami Veditum Tyagashacha Hrishikesha Pridhakeshi Nishudana. Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, O Hrishikesh, O killer of the Keshi demon, I wish to understand the true meaning of renunciation, sannyas, and detachment, tyaga, as well as the difference between them. Verse 2. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasam Sanyasam Kavya Viduhu Sarva Karma Palatyagam Prabhusyagam Vikchakshanaha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna replied, those who are intelligent realize that sannyas means the renunciation of activities performed for personal benefit. Tyaga refers to the renunciation of all activities. Anuvriti by Srila Guru Maharaj. The final chapter of Bhagavad Gita begins with an inquiry about sannyas and tyaga. Sri Krishna says that sannyas means to renounce activities performed for one's own personal benefit, and tyaga means the renunciation of all activities. One at the stage of sannyas is called a sannyasi. To be a sannyasi means to act for the benefit of the complete whole, the absolute good, Sri Krishna. A sannyasi performs all types of actions, but does so only in bhakti yoga, in the service of Krishna. The social structure of the bhakti yoga community is divided into 4 spiritual orders: brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas. All these are to study the Vedic literature. Additionally, their duties are as follows. The brahmacharis are the students, whose duties are service to the spiritual master and the observance of celibacy. Grihasthas are the householders, whose duties are to earn an honest living, to give in charity, and to raise children. Vanaprasthas are those who have completed household affairs and whose duties are to relinquish their wealth, visit holy places, and cultivate detachment. The sannyasis are the spiritual masters in the bhakti yoga community, and they are to give lessons to the brahmacharis, grihasthas, and vanaprasthas, to be renounced from worldly pleasure, to be detached from politics, and to always be engaged in bhakti yoga with kaya, mana, bhakya, jiva, by body, mind, words, and the full surrender of the self. Sannyas and tyaga are further described in the coming verses. Verse 3. Tyajam dosha vadityeka karma prabhur manishinaha yajnadana tapa karma najajam iti chapare. Some scholars claim that all actions should be rejected because they are inherently imperfect. Others maintain that actions such as sacrifice, charity, and austerity should never be given up. Verse 4. Nishchayam shrinu me tatra chage bharata satama chago hi purusha vyagra trivida samprakirtitaha. O best of the Bharat dynasty, O tiger amongst men, please listen to my conclusion concerning the 3 kinds of renunciation. Verse 5. Yajna dana tapa karma na chajam karyam eva tata, yajnadanam tapaschaiva, pavanani manishinam. The three types of renunciation, sacrifice, charity, and austerity, should never be given up. Sacrifice, charity, and austerity purify even the wise. Verse 6. Etanyapi tu karmani sangam tyaktva palani cha kartavyani time parta nishitam matam uttamam. However, even these activities must be performed without attachment to the results. This is my definite and supreme conclusion on this matter. Anuvriti by Srila Guru Maharaj. There is a certain class of philosophers and spiritual seekers in India that say the world is false and that all activities should be given up if one wants to achieve perfection in human life. But this is not the conclusion of Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that one must act according to one's nature and that beneficial works such as sacrifice, charity, and austerity should never be abandoned, for they are purifying even for the wise. Verse 7. Niyatashatu sannyasa karmano no papadyate mohatasha parityagas tamasa parikirtitaha. The renunciation of one's prescribed duties is improper. Giving them up out of bewilderment is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Verse 8. Dukam ityeva yat karma kaya klesha bhayatyajet sakritva rajasam tyagam naiva tyaga palam labhet. Those who give up prescribed duties because they are difficult or through fear that they may be physically taxing engage in renunciation in the mode of passion. Such persons never attain the benefits of true detachment. Verse 9. Karyam ityeva yat karma niyatam kriyaterjuna sangam chakva palam chaiva satyaga satviko mataha. O Arjuna, when prescribed activities are performed out of duty while abandoning attachment to the results, such renunciation is considered to be in the mode of goodness. Verse 10. Nadvecha kushalam karma kushalena nusajate chagi sattva samavishto medavichina samshayaha. The wise Tyagi, who is absorbed in the mode of goodness, having destroyed all doubts, neither resents difficult duties nor becomes attached to pleasant ones. Verse 11. Nahi deha brita shakyam chaktum karman yasheshataha yastu karma palatyagi satyagit yabidyate. It is impossible for those who have accepted a material body to totally renounce all activities. However, one who renounces the results of his actions is known as a true renunciate. Anuvriti by Srila Guru Maharaj. If one gives up activities out of bewilderment, considering them to be troublesome, physically taxing, or gives up activities out of laziness, then such renunciation is considered false and in the modes of passion and ignorance. Those who are embodied can never give up action. In ancient times, as well as in our own, there are many examples of those who have abandoned everything, ran to the Himalayas or to the deserts to escape the world, but again returned to resume a life of sense enjoyment or to perform philanthropic activities. When one gives up attachment to the results of one's actions and acts with a detached heart, remembering always that Sri Krishna is the only enjoyer and proprietor of everything, then such a person is a true Tyagi or sannyasi. Thus, the renunciation of a Tyagi and a sannyasi are the same. Verse 12. Anishtam ishtam mishram cha trividam karma napalam bhavatya tyaginam pretya natu sannyasinam kavachit. Those who do not accept renunciation accept three kinds of results after death: good, bad, and mixed. But these results never come to one who is a true sannyasi. Verse 13. Panchaitani mahabaho karanani nibodhame Shankhya kritanti proktani siddhaye sarva karmanam. O mighty armed warrior, learn from me the 5 factors that accomplish all actions that are explained in the Vedanta. Verse 14. Adhishtanam tata karta karanam cha prihagvidam vividascha prihakchesta daivam chaivatra panchamam. The basis, the body, the performer of activities, the false ego, the instrument, the senses, the different types of endeavors, and the Supreme Person. These are the 5 factors that accomplish all actions. Verse 15. Shariravan manobiryat karma prarabhate naraha nyayam vavi paritamba panchaitata shahetavaha. These 5 factors are the source of all actions, both good and bad, that an embodied being experiences in this world. Verse 16. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuyaha pashyat yakrita buddhitvan nasa pashyate durmatihi. Yet the fool that believes only the self is the doer cannot understand the subject due to meager intelligence. Verse 17. Yasha nahang krito bhavo buddhir yasha nalipyate hatvapisa imalokan nahante na nibhadyate. Those who have no false ego and whose minds are detached, even if they kill everyone on this battlefield, they actually do not kill and are not bound by their actions. Anuvriti by Srila Guru Maharaj. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, a warrior, and he stands with Sri Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra between 2 great armies. Seeing friends and well-wishers on both sides, Arjuna initially resolved not to fight, but to throw down his weapons and renounce his duty. Sri Krishna herein brings our attention back to the battlefield when he says, Hatvapisa imalokan nahante na nibhadyate. He who kills does not actually kill and does not incur any reaction. If Arjuna abandons his duty as a warrior, then certainly he will incur a karmic reaction for avoiding his duty. However, Arjuna will not actually kill anyone in the truest sense of the word, because the living beings arrayed before him, ready for battle, are eternal parts and parcels of the Supreme Person, and thus eternal. The Atma can never be killed, and lastly, Arjuna will not incur any karmic reaction for doing his duty. If one avoids one's prescribed duties and renounces them out of fear, bewilderment, and so forth, then one incurs a karmic reaction and has to suffer in this life or the next. Therefore, Krishna wants Arjuna to give up his weakness of heart and perform his duty.